Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to the Empress Club. This is your humble vassal, Professor J. Mark. We're back. This is the continuation of Chapter 3, Have a Goal, from last night. After I put my nephew with his homework, it was too late to start over, and I had to go home. So I don't want to be out on the street too late at night. Oh, now, I mean, I take it as a good sign. Last night, when I was speaking about the reason why young men need goals, to give them purpose and to focus and harness their energy, those group of young men came right beside my car to rev up their motorcycles. The sad thing is, there's the main road, or there's 3 soccer ball pitches where my nephew practices. There's the main road, and then there's a back road behind the soccer pitches. And it's a designated area for motorcyclists. They decide to come where I was and make noise. I'm not saying they were picking on me, but it is amazing how things are. I'm talking about helping young men do something with their life. And these guys come right there, rev up their engines. They left, turned back around, came back and did it again. This is why I'm doing this. Because that's nonsense. Well, anyway, back to the lesson at hand. Chapter 3, continued, have a goal. Now, the reason why men in particular need, especially young men, so that they don't waste their energy. Young men need their goals because it gives, most importantly, gives purpose and focus their resources. And of course, time is the most valuable resource because A, it don't stop. You can't buy any, you don't get any more. And everyone gets the same. So you've got to learn how to manage that. And nothing helps you manage time than having a goal. Nothing makes you see how valuable time is than having a goal. Especially when you were not aware that you have distractions in your life. And if you have a goal with a timeline, then you realize A, who wastes your time, and B, how you waste your time. And that's another reason why you should have a goal, to weed out distractions in your life. Now, with a goal, young men learn to let me say, you should. You should. All right. Speaking absolutes. To harness their energy, their attention, again, like I said, with distractions. You can't give everything your attention, and that's what having a goal does. Like, for example, I was going away. I think I said I was going away. The old man hit my car. I don't have time for this because I had a different goal. So that couldn't get my attention and my energy. And for me to get upset because my car got hit. It was not important because there was a bigger picture. And a bigger picture behind that because it's an opportunity to do good by myself and my family. And I had an old car with a real bumper, not plastic, it was metal. In fact, the old man damaged his car. We shook hands and went about our business. But because I had a goal, and a timeline, I didn't have the luxury to focus my attention on small things. And Miyamoto Musashi said this, and I love that. Rat's head, ox neck. And he said that you don't focus on little things to the point that you're blind to what's blatantly in front of you. So him hitting my car is a rat's head. Me making my flight is an ox neck. It's another thing having goals does. It allows you to differentiate things and put them in the proper perspective and category. Is this a rat's head or an ox neck? Just saying. Now, that young man who walked off the sidewalk into oncoming traffic without even looking, it's obvious he had no goal in life. Because if he had a goal in life, and something that inspires him, guess what he would not be doing? Walking off the sidewalk into oncoming traffic. Walking across with his back turned into oncoming traffic. Cussing and carrying on with complete strangers who he doesn't know. Cussing and carrying on with complete strangers that have guns. Well, for me, well, not that I would ever do something that's stupid anyway, but it would go to, because even in the car, once the gun talk started, I was ready to go. So I wasn't even involved, but once they start talking about pulling out guns, to go. Guns don't have brakes. Big bullets don't have brakes. Once they're out, they're out. And bullets don't discriminate. If you aren't the intended target, but you're in the path, you get hit. And guess what? I have things to do. I have a goal, so guess what I didn't do? Stick around. Why? Because what I have to accomplish is valuable. Don't have the time. Like I said before, but I think it's Anthony Robbins, I think that's his name. What he said is so true. Like, no one is lazy, they just have impotent goals. And gentlemen, you must have a goal that inspires you to hop up 6 in the morning at 100 miles per hour. And I know, well, now with all this so-called technology, because that's another set of nonsense, you're being distracted away from your goals, away from finding something that inspires you. And that should be your focus. I'm talking to young men between 10 and 18. That should be your focus. Find out what gets you jump up 6 in the morning at 100 miles per hour. Now, there's another reason why man should have goals, and it is hidden in the symbol of masculinity. And I didn't notice it until I was preparing this. I was writing this book and preparing for YouTube, and it dawned on me. I'm an Aries, so the symbol was always there, with the circle and the arrow. And I did goals, and I realized, hey, this is why man should have goals. It was right there in front of me, the symbol, the shield and the arrow. Now, you have to get the book to get an in-depth study of this, but I'm going to touch it so that you can be aware of how important it is to have a goal. The symbol of the circle. Anyone knows that this, well, for 10 to 18 years olds, maybe not. But everyone knows the circle is a symbol of eternity. It's internal. So I take it, I could be wrong, but that circle is a symbol of eternal energy. And to me, that's what the reason why I feel that's a symbol for masculinity, because that's what men are. That's what testosterone gives man. Boundless energy. And this is why man must have a goal, because you're given a lot of energy. So the thing is, the arrow, which is another symbol within itself, we can get into that. The arrow gives clues on what to do with the energy. The arrow lets you know that you are to focus that energy, that you are to harness your energy, you're to put it to use, give it direction. And this is why man must have goals, to put that boundless energy to good use. Now, when we look at the symbol of masculinity, or man, or male, whatever you want to call it, and you notice something. Where does the arrow point? To the right and up. That in itself gives you a clue what you're to do with this boundless energy, eternal energy that you've been given as a man. The arrow pointing to the right is symbolic, because the right symbolizes something completely different than the left. The right symbolizes positivity, the left, negativity. So the arrow's pointing to the right, so that gives you a hint right there that your energy should be used for something positive. Obviously something's wrong with that young man because he uses energy towards the left, which is destructive, self-destructive, and destructive to all those around him. That's not what the symbol says. The symbol says this boundless energy must be used for right, to be used wisely. In addition, the arrow is not only pointing right, it's also pointing up. Now, to me, that is a sign, I got this, what I learned, but that is a sign for progression. Excuse me. That's a sign for progression. That yes, you do right, and which is admirable, but you also progress. You try to advance. You do good, and you try to do better. Like, I was having a discussion with my niece and nephews when I picked them up from school, and they were doing the history of transportation. I'm like, that's it right there. For man, as human beings, we went from walking to animals to trains and boats to cars, which is personal transportation, to airplanes. And I was like, oh my God, that's just what I'm talking about. You're making progress. You're doing something positive. You're helping mankind, but then you also progressing. You go from walking a mile, 4 miles in an hour. That's how much. Excuse me. How fast I walk? 4 miles in an hour. So now on an airplane, you travel 600 miles per hour. That is amazing. So I know I'm on the right track with this, but that's what I felt talking to them when I asked what they learned in school. That we progress and we advance. That is what the symbol of masculinity is. That is the reason why men need goals, especially young men, while they're young, before they develop bad habits. Excuse me. You have to harness your energy. You have to use it for good, to do something right, and to advance yourself and mankind. Now, also, there's another thought that came to mind, right? With the symbol for manhood and one arrow. This is why men should have goals. Because the power of focus, the eternal storehouse of energy, has one avenue of escape. So that lets me know that as men and young men who have to learn that you are not to dissipate your storehouse going all over the place. Your energy must have one source of release. I forgot his name. The Hagakure. Yes, I love that. No, not the Hagakure. That's not the Hagakure. I can't remember who said it. But anyway, there's a saying, Japanese saying, if you chase 2 rabbits, both will get away. And that's what the symbol is about. You chase 1 rabbit at a time. You give your energy 1 outlet at a time. I didn't say you can't catch both rabbits, but you just chase 1. But after you get him, you go and chase the other. Okay, and well, gentlemen, that's that. But then, one more thing. If you look at the symbol of masculinity, it looks like a bow that's been pulled all the way back. Bow and arrow has been pulled all the way back. I don't know if you're interested in bow and arrows, but I love that in bow and arrows because growing up watching cowboy movies, I saw the Indians shooting bow and arrows on a horse. Now, I learned to shoot bow and arrows standing up. Now, I can imagine how difficult it was to do it on a horse while you're moving, while you're being shot at. Well, that fascinated me. That came to mind when I was doing this series. That that's the circle, the eternal source of energy is the bow being pulled all the way back to form a circle. And it came to mind, that tells me, and I want to tell young men and all men who ever watch this, that you're not to do things halfway. I had a 5th grade teacher who had a saying on the door of her class: give it your all or not at all. And that's what that symbol represents to me, the circle. The bow pulled all the way back. Give it your all or not at all. Gentlemen, if you can do things halfway, don't do it. Give it your all or not at all. And secondly, with the arrow, I don't know if any were fascinated with Robin Hood. I was fascinated with Robin Hood as a child. And that studying Robin Hood led me to the archers that England produced. That's what got me into archery. I learned something very valuable about life from arrows. And I apply it to my life, and I'll let you apply it to tell you what I learned from it. Maybe you can apply it to your life. You know, an arrow, the bow and arrow told me with the English archers, where you aim that arrow is where it's going. And I remember my principal in high school said, there are no surprises in life. What you do tomorrow is what you did today, because today was tomorrow yesterday. And gentlemen, if you want your life to go a certain way, you've got to conduct yourself in a certain manner. So if you want your arrow to go a certain direction, let's say you want your arrow to go straight ahead, but you aiming it over here, how is it going to get there? So that tells me that you have to focus on your target. So not only must you do things all the way out, you must focus on the target. What are you aiming your life at? Where are you aiming your life? Where are you shooting this arrow? So this is why men need to have goals. To give their life direction, to harness their energy, and to focus their energy so that they can make their life productive. Gentlemen, young men, make sure you have a goal in mind, and it's the goal that you want to achieve. There's no use aiming to the west and shooting the arrow hoping it go north. It's not going to happen. So this is why you need goals, gentlemen. And you need goals that inspire you. And you have to do things wholeheartedly. And you have to focus your energy exactly where you want it to go. And I remember T.D. Jakes said it, that some people want to go east, but they conduct themselves in such a manner that they end up west, and then they're surprised. There's no surprise. If you want to go west, there's a path that you take to get there. And that's what the arrow represents, the path you take to get to your target. So you cannot, as another thing just came to mind, you cannot aim your arrow one spot while you're looking at where you really want to go, or you're being distracted. You can't be distracted. You must be focused. So having a goal also helps you to examine yourselves, examine your motives, examine your goals. Is this really important to you? Well, I pause to give that time to think. Now, that's it for me. It's almost 9:30. I gotta get my duff to work. And maybe at lunchtime I'll have time to shoot another chapter. Because the next thing is character. Chapter 4 is going to be on character. Because there is such a thing as evil genius. So, or criminal genius. So, You got to, yes, you must have a goal and focus on all of that, but you need character. And there's a reason why character is so important. I can tell you something I learned from an old French woman. And she said that a man without character will get drunk on a teaspoon of power. Gentlemen, character is important. That's how you handle power, and don't let it destroy you. All right, gentlemen. Professor J. Mark out. I hope that helps. You all have a good day. Goodbye.